This is about the best garlic bread you will ever eat. I guarantee you that. This recipe is feel proof. Hello and welcome to Jericho's Infusion, where we infuse the sheer joy of creativity and innovation into our everyday meals. Look at this beauty. Super flavorful, delicious, with a lot of fresh garlic, a bit of mozzarella cheese, some parsley, fresh herbs, and I tell you, this is so yummy. You will absolutely love it. Come along with me to my kitchen. Let's make this garlic bread that you can't stop eating. Alright friends, let's get started. For this recipe, I'm using 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and to that I added 2 teaspoons of dry instant yeast, and I am going to go in with a teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of white granulated sugar. I'm going to mix all my dry ingredients together until they are well combined. So once our dry ingredients are well combined, we're going to start mixing it, incorporating, infusing it with the wet ingredients, and we're starting with 1 egg. So I beat my egg together and I'm going to incorporate a little bit of milk. I love to put my milk in barrages so that I can form the perfect dough. I measure it, I'm using a cup of evaporated milk, but I love to put it a little at a time. I went in with 4 tablespoons of melted butter. I melted the butter on purpose. You can use the butter as it is, but I want to use the rest of the butter for garnishing the bread, okay? Now I have some scallions and 1 Scotch bonnet peppers. We're going to cut all of that and dunk into our dough. So next I got a whole lot of garlic, about 5 cloves, and I'm just going to cut that into little chunks. You can mince your garlic preferably, but this was absolutely perfect. Friends, this garlic bread is so fresh. I tell you, when you start eating this straight from the oven, you won't want to stop. It's going to be a miracle, literally, for you to share this bread with anybody. Keep watching as I will show you how delicious and how yummy this is, and so easy to make. You make it the first time and it will be a hit. So now I am going to incorporate the rest of my milk and mix my ingredients together. So I used 1 cup of evaporated milk and it was perfect, but I still insisted on incorporating it one after the other, like a little at a time, because I wanted the right perfect consistency, okay? So you want to knead your dough, knead and knead. I'll knead here and then transfer onto a work surface and continue to knead until the gluten forms and I have the perfect bread dough that I am looking for, okay? I know some of you might find this kneading a little bit challenging, but trust me, once you get the right consistency of dough, in fact, it becomes fun. When you see the gluten forming, you begin to enjoy it and you feel excited. Do not be scared of trying out this recipe. It's really, really simple, okay? So I'm hitting this hard because it facilitates the formation of the gluten for me instead of just using the palm of my hands, okay? If you're new to this channel, a very warm welcome to you. Please consider being a part of the family by hitting on that subscribe button. Subscription is absolutely free. At Jerika's Infusion, you never run out of ideas in your kitchen. I'm gonna make you fall in love with cooking. All right, I divided my dough into two. Yes, for this recipe, we are going to use some beef fillings. So we are dividing our dough into two, and I'm going to put them in separate Ziploc bags, and I'm going to cover and let it sit for about an hour or 2 hours depending on your temperature. But this is quite hot, but I ended up putting them in the oven anyway because I couldn't wait for it. So but then you cover and leave if you have the time, or you make it ahead of time and come back. So I got the rest of my minced garlic and some freshly chopped parsley. I'm going to incorporate that into my remaining melted butter, and I'm going to set aside. Alright, don't skip this process. We're going to prepare our minced beef, ground beef, which we are going to be using as a filling for our garlic bread. This garlic bread is motivated by Domino's garlic bread, which I love so much, but I find quite pricey. And since I started making mine, my family has been hooked. Oh my, this is a game changer, a winner. If you love garlic, oh my god, you need to try this recipe. I added some vegetable oil, some scotch bonnet pepper, garlic, a little bit of onions, and then my ground beef. I seasoned with some paprika, some chicken seasoning, like Knorr chicken seasoning powder, and then I added some salt and some water. I'm going to let this fry and cook up nicely, okay? You can use chicken, like grounded chicken, or chicken you can cut into bits and pieces and make this, and it will be super delicious as well. I will make a recipe someday with the chicken and you will love that as well. So I added a tablespoon of flour, and I'm going to let that cook until the flour is cooked through. And then it's so important, I added a little bit of extra water because you do not want dry beef in your bread. You want it to still be soft and moist inside the bread, okay? So now our dough has doubled in size, and I am rolling one part. It doesn't have to be perfect unless if you have OCD like my friend. I won't call her name. So it doesn't have to be perfect, and I'll tell you why. So I'm using my cake pan, a round cake pan for this. So you want to place that under. I used a parchment paper to prevent it from sticking, and then you just want to go in with your finger and pull it up a bit as though you are forming a pizza dough, okay? Look at that. So now we're going to go in and fill up this dough. This is night time and people are still passing and horning. Interesting. So you're going to fill up that dough with all this goodness that we have prepared. And then we're going to roll out our second dough, okay? I cut them into equal parts. So we're going to roll out this part nicely. Just look at that. Perfection. And then we're going to just place it over our minced beef, the other dough. All right, we'll layer that, and then we're going to seal it nicely. to my old subscribers, my friends, my ulchis, thank you so much for your constant support. I had you guys in mind when I was making this bread. I really wish I could share it with you because this bread is so good. So I hope that you make this for yourself and that you enjoy it because this recipe is a winner. So please and please and please, if there's any recipe on my channel I would ever love to share with any of you, it is this garlic bread, and I'll be super excited if you can make this for yourself because you will absolutely enjoy this. So now I layered this with my butter and parsley and garlic. Just wait, we're not done yet. We are going to sprinkle some mozzarella cheese. You can put as little and as much as you want, but I find that for this bread a little goes a long way. I seasoned with some red pepper flakes, some black pepper, and some paprika. Ooh! You might think I'm using just a little of everything, but trust me, it is perfect. You want to bake this on 350 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes, depending on your oven setting, okay? Well, that's how long I baked mine because my oven is different. But look at what we came out with. So check your oven setting. Don't make a mistake because of me. This was baked to perfection. It looked so beautiful. Everywhere smelled amazing. It had that pizza, garlicky, buttery flavor and aroma, and it was like you were making some pizza, yet it was bread, yet it was parsley, it was garlic, it was fresh. This is perfect eating warm. It is perfect eating cold. It's just so good. We never have enough of this bread in my house. We love it so much. The only reason why I don't make it so much is moderation. I hope you give this recipe a try because I know that you will absolutely love this. I know. Thank you so much, friends and family, for watching. Let's try our bread. Let's see. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, it's so hot. As you can see, I was struggling to bring it out of the pan, but I didn't want it to cool down because I don't want to wait for it. I love my garlic bread quite hot, piping hot. Just look at that. Perfection. You never get tired of seeing my daughter's hand. She loves mommy's cooking. She doesn't eat so much anyway. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video, and I promise you it's going to be exciting.